Hey, Bob Coppage, CEO, Simplex IT, Crotch the Old Geek. Last month I did my first video message instead of writing them always for the newsletter, instead of writing it down as an article as I had done for like 12 years. So now it's time for me to do my second one on May 31st. So what's new with you? Seriously. So, number one, fantastic, absolutely so cool news. For the first time in almost 40 years, a brand new, state of the art crewed spaceship was launched, built in the United States by a combination of private and public funds and organizations. Um, SpaceX, NASA, absolutely cool, absolutely fantastic, absolutely wonderful. And then you have thousands upon thousands of people who got together and marched in cities all over the country demanding something that is needed: justice for a segment of the population that we've been paying lip service. I remember when I was a kid, the first African American family that moved into our so white community were firebombed. And for no other reason other than they were black. And that was back in the early 70s. And we've done better, but we're not far enough. And to have that split between the same country can show both faces. Frightening. And yes, a very small percentage, in my opinion, of bad actors made it so much worse. So much worse. But there's a problem, and we need to fix it. We need to do something, and that starts with me. And I need to think about that. Anyway, enough of that. I came here. I'm at the office today to work on my audiobook and also work on this video, but I wanted to get that message out there. That's why I'm not wearing my Simplex shirt and not in front of my desk. Now, on to the rest of the newsletter message. Okay, I've got the Simplex IT shirt on. I'm in my office, so now we're back to quote unquote normal. And first, I want to talk about my hair. And just to point out, it's the elephant in the room, along with the fact that I am gaining enough weight to become an elephant. And here's the thing: my wife Julie is a nurse and works harder and is smarter than I ever will be. And she and I have talked, and we take the whole pandemic very, very seriously. So we're not ready to go out there and mix with the rest of the world yet. So we're maintaining social distancing. Whenever we go anyplace, we're wearing masks. We're doing all of that kind of fun stuff. And she is leading the charge. I'm making sure we are absolutely careful, with the exception of she's asking me, when did the barbers open? So my hair is becoming an endangered species, just to let you know. We've been saying this for the past few months. Training's important, and now is the best time to train because a lot of us have time to do that. But what we haven't done is we haven't made it as free as we're going to do now. So what we're doing is, this is an offer to both clients and non-clients alike. So you don't have to be a client of ours to take advantage of this. I want to offer your organization for 3 months free cybersecurity training. That's right, free. God, this sounds like an infomercial. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that each of your employees, up to 100, can log into their own portal, take about an hour and a half course on cybersecurity training. You can track their progress, whether or not they're actually doing it. They'll be tested on it. All that takes about an hour of their time, and they'll have a nice little certificate. So free for 3 months. Okay? We'll also give you a dark web scan, so you can see whether or not you've got any credentials that are going out on the dark web right now. And we'll also, towards the end, we will actually do a phishing attack, a cybersecurity phishing attack. If you come back to us and say, show us the progress that you're making, we will do all that for free. We're not done yet. Okay, so we're giving you cybersecurity training for up to 100 employees, plus dark web scan, plus a free simulated phishing attack. But in addition to that, I'll give you 10 licenses that will give up to 10 employees access to over 170 courses, online courses on topics from several topics on Excel or Word or time management, business etiquette, communications, all of those kind of things and more. We'll give those acts for free for 3 months. By the way, if you're a client of Simplex IT already, I'll double that and make it 20. Okay? This gives you the ability to create learning plans for those 10 employees. You can actually take someone in accounting who's always wanted to be better at Excel. They'll have access to all 170 courses, but you can create a learning plan for them to take these 5 particular courses, and you'll see if they've taken it. Free. We're not asking you for any credit card information. We're not going to suddenly start charging you at the end of 3 months. We will basically give this to you free, no questions asked. We will not market your employees. We will probably, talk to you a little bit, but beyond that, it's free. All you got to do is go to this website, simplex-it.com/free training, sign up, and then we'll just ask you for a list of the people who you want signed up for this. It's that simple. Why are we doing this? Because we've got the resources. It's not going to cost us a huge amount of money. I mean, no, wait, it is. You should really be thankful and envious of how wonderful we are. No. This is a great way for us to help out, again, in this situation. We did the whole 14 or so webinars. We've done all sorts of one-on-one talking with people, all that. We want to help, and this is one way we thought we could do this. So, again, simplex-it.com/free training. Take advantage of it. Seriously. This is a cool offer. Here's something you may not have realized, a little bit of trivia. Kevin Dukavich, who's the tech director here at Simplex IT, is celebrating his 10th anniversary at Simplex IT. He has just not learned. Seriously, he has been absolutely one of the most stellar reasons behind the success for Simplex IT. And he also, his wife, Sarah Dukavich, the two of them are honestly two of the nicest people you're ever going to meet. And I usually don't care for nice people. I think that's just, there's something unnatural about it. But the two of them pull it off as well as for their kids. So congrats, Kevin. Thanks for 10 years. Here's looking for 10 more. Kevin? Hello? Kevin? Did he hang up? So over the past couple of months, I've actually been engaged in a number of conversations with folks on LinkedIn, mostly their IT management or CEO level of small, medium businesses, and some consultants as well, about how once we start returning from work, regardless of how the economy, L's, W's, M's, or curly Q's, how will work from home strategies be implemented moving forward, if at all? Now, obviously, there are some organizations where they simply can't, either because of criteria as far as their product mix, especially a lot of manufacturing organizations. In some cases, there's compliance issues, whatever. But the companies that remained that could do work from home, probably about 80 to 85% of the people that I spoke to either already had a work from home, so it's a natural extension, or they discovered that the work from home was productive enough. So there really was only about 10 to 15% of people who said, nope, it's not a good model for them from a cultural standpoint. And it was essentially either culture was the culprit, or how do we measure productivity when they're not under our nose, which I don't mean to sound quite so condescending. But those were the two biggest questions. Almost everybody else was this worked pretty well. We're going to continue doing it in some form or another. Some were looking for a staged, kind of like a Monday, Tuesday, this group comes into work, Wednesday, Thursday, this group comes to work, and everybody works from home on the other days. But it was really interesting, necessity being the mother of invention. where organizations had to find ways to be productive. And we're formalizing some of that process. And a lot of companies are doing something similar to this, but we're not doing it from the perspective of product in terms of we want to sell you this product because it does this or this service because it does this. We're doing it from the standpoint of how do you measure what your requirements are in terms of what you need to have happen for a work from home, and I've also heard it referred to as work from anywhere, the new normal, whatever. So we would love to, if you're interested, we would love to have that. I would love to have that dialogue with you, honestly, because I'm learning a lot. But also, we want to make sure that what we're learning, we're able to then share with you guys. So if you'd like to, click on this link, and actually, if you'd like to, under any circumstances, click on this link here, and this will actually lead you to my calendar, and you'll be able to set up a free 30-minute call with me. It's not as bad as it sounds. And it doesn't have to be the full 30 minutes. Seriously, would love to talk to you. Thanks. One of the things I do want to talk about is what is Simplex IT's strategy as far as moving forward, working in terms of both inside the office as well as working with our clients. So here's first of all, we are in work from home mode. Actually, I'm the only person who pretty much comes in every day, every business day to the office, and that's going to stay that way for the time being because quite honestly, it's working very, very well. We still have technicians do come in on occasion either to work on something or to meet with a client, but other than that, it's going to stay that way because quite honestly, we don't see the need. I take, and therefore as a company, we take this seriously. We definitely believe in social distancing. We definitely believe that there is a pandemic. It's not invented. But that said, we also need to make sure that we handle our services as effectively and efficiently as possible. So here's a couple of things. We've already communicated this via email to all of our clients. First of all, any on-site client visit has to be approved by management in order for one of our techs to go on site. And even then, we're going to ask that it be done in an appropriate way. And one of the things that we've put together, and I'm not going to go into the packing details and all that, but this is our pack, our pandemic pack, if you will, that includes all the materials, the masks, the gloves, the cleaning solutions, all of that kind of fun stuff that our technicians need to take with them when they go on site to a client. And I don't want to politicize this because I understand that people have wildly different views on the shutdown, on social distancing, all of that. However, I want to be clear. Take it up with anybody here, you take it up with me. I take it seriously. I'm telling my people to be masked. That's their job. They have to do it. Please don't give them grief over that. Feel free to give me grief. I deserve it on so many levels. Also, if you need to drop something off, just let us know ahead of time. We'll make arrangements. And if you're concerned, I'll come up to your car, take care of it. We'll make sure it's all wiped down, cleaned up, all of that kind of fun stuff. Unfortunately, the data on this is changing so frequently that we're not going to be more specific than that as far as for something like this. But your safety, our safety, employee safety is absolutely critical for this. So that's essentially all the stuff that's going on. Again, in some ways, I want to apologize for that first message up front because it is so non-business. And yet, in some cases, I want to apologize for not saying something like that a long time ago. Interesting how the brain works. So, I hope you're well. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're both from a financial, but mostly from a medical standpoint. And I hope to talk to you again in this way next month. Take care. Be safe.